Oh my golly gosh, look, it's here in the UK. It's February the 16th, 11:50 a.m. on a Wednesday morning. We're here at P&H Motorcycles in Crawley, and I believe this is going to be the first ever UK ride of the Ducati Diavel, well, for kind of video and reviewing purposes anyway. Some people have been out to Spain to ride it on some really nice, sunny, twisty roads, but you know what? You guys want to know what it's going to be like to ride on the roads here in England, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. Now, I can't tell you how excited I am about this bike. You can probably just see in my face. All I've read is amazing things from the last 6 months to the latest kind of news on exactly the figures it produces and everything else and how it rides. But as always here at Bikechannel, we don't take what other people say, we want to get on it and find out for ourselves. So we're going to take it out for a spin, find out exactly how cool this new machine is. Welcome to Devil's Dyke. Not only are we here because, well, it's rather an amusing name, Devil's Dyke, snigger, snigger, tee hee, but also because it seemed apt. Obviously, Diavel is actually Bolognese for the devil, and you know what? That's exactly what this bike is. This thing is pretty much unbelievable. First up, man, just first impressions, remember, we're going to do a full review at another date. I don't think this can be classified as a cruiser. Everyone's saying it's a power cruiser, but it's not. It's in that category. It feels much more, say for instance, like a Beking, a VMAX, along those lines, like a really uber powerful naked bike. Very upright seating position. But this has got to be one of the most polished Ducatis I've ever ridden. They finally got rid of loads of little niggling things with Ducatis that annoyed me, like for instance riding around town under 30, 40, 50 miles an hour. If you had the 1198, even a Monster, it's so lumpy. This is smooth as hell. The ECU system, a lot of people will be saying, why would you take it out of sports mode? Well, putting it into the urban mode with 100 brake means that you can just ride around town, literally commuting, flick it through traffic with such ease and without ever worrying about it snapping your head off. Then it's got the wet mode, the touring mode, where it's 162 brake, but set up slightly softer than the full mode, and I had a little go on that, but I'm not going to lie, I spent most of the day in full-on sports mode, which is phenomenal. 162 brake horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds. You know, it's the same acceleration pretty much as a Ducati Veyron, but it's going to cost you, what, 1.4 million less? And it just feels incredible. Everything comes together, the suspension, the brakes, the ABS, the traction control. I had that kicking a couple of times on me, the big back tyre and the handling. The whole package is so refined and so polished. It's almost hard to believe it's a Ducati, if you know what I mean. You're used to having the passion with Ducatis, kind of like Alfa Romeo cars, but with a few faults. But no, this is phenomenal. And the biggest thing is it makes you feel like a little kid from the moment you start it up and you flick on the TV screen here. I still haven't worked out where the DVD goes yet, or how to get internet. You know, it makes you feel like a little kid. It makes you feel special. And then the fact that as you're going along, the power you can feel beneath you and the sound of the exhaust note, even though these are standard cams, it just makes you smile and makes you want to ride it. This Testarossa engine, which is the same as in the Multistrada, but obviously with an extra 12 brake horsepower on it, really wants to be rev, man. Doesn't redline to about 10.5, 11,000. Obviously it's a new bike, I've not been hammering it too hard, but it just means you can hold it in gear that little bit longer and it keeps the grim factor even more. One thing I have to say about this bike is that it's a bit of a Bob Fox. Body off Baywatch, face off Crime Watch. I'm sorry, but that face to me is very ugly. I know they're kind of aping the VMAX and Beking with these big side scoots here, but that headlight unit doesn't work for me. And yeah, it's just not very pretty. If you saw it at a bar, you'd walk the other way. But it possibly has the sexiest ass in motorcycle history. From behind, it looks beautiful. So yeah, definitely a Bob Fox, I think you could say. All in all, I'm actually blown away. It's very different from what I expected. As I say, I thought it was going to be more like the Victory Hammer or more like the V-Rod Muscle from Harley, but it's not. I think it pretty much has a category almost all of its own. And I can't wait to get on this for a little bit longer and give you my full review, which we'll be doing very shortly here on bikechannel.com. But for now, I've had one of the best days of my life on this, and I think this is a very special machine.